Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Dasaranandana Brajajana Ranjana Dasaranandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajakacharya Satarsati Shishmad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Amacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande All glories to Samal devotees, all glories to Samal devotees, all glories to Samal devotees, all glories to Shishi Guru Guranga. Okay, 1 minute, please. Yes. What's 2087? Let's keep that. So we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 87, entitled The Prayers of the Personified Vedas. Today we're reading text 35. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Preshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakaramayam Dadati Swaparantikam Nama Om Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatcha Dishtarne Panchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 All right, text 35. Let's do. Bhuvi Puru Punyatirtha Sadananyar Vimadas. Bhuvi Puru Punyatirtha Sadananyar Vimadas. Ta Uttabhavat Padambujaridokta Bidangrijala Ta Uttabhavat Padambujaridokta Bidangrijala Tadati Sakrin Manastvai Ya Atmani Nityasuke Tadati Sakrin Manastvai Ya Atmani Nityasuke Napunar Upasate Purushasara Haravat Satan Napunar Upasate Purushasara Haravat Satan Bhuvi Puru Punyatirtha Sadanani Rishayo Vimadas Ta Uttabhavat Parambuja Shritokha Bid Angrijala Tadati Sakrin Manastvaya Atmani Nityasuke Napunar Upasate Purushasara Harava Satan. Okay, Jay. Ladies, questions? Tadati sankriyamanastave napunar upasate purusha sara. There, or? Alright. Bhuvi, on the earth. Puru, greatly. Punya, pious. Tirtha, places of pilgrimage. Sadanani, and personal abodes of the Supreme Lord. Rishaya, sages. Vimada, free from false pride. Te, they. Uta, indeed. Bhavat, your. Pada, feet. Ambuja, lotus. Shraddha, in whose hearts. Agha, sins. Bit, which destroys. Angri, having bathed. Whose feet. Jala, the water. Dadati, turn. Sakrit, even once. Mana, their minds. Tvai, toward you. Ye, who? Atmani, toward the Supreme Soul. Nitya, always. Sukhe, who is happy. Napuna, never again. Upasate, they worship. Purusha, of a man. Sara, the essential qualities. Hara, is it Hara? Hara. Which steal away. Of a Satan, their mundane homes. Translation purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Sages free from false pride live on this earth by frequenting the sacred pilgrimage sites and those places where the Supreme Lord displayed His pastimes. Because such devotees keep your lotus feet within their hearts, the water that washes their feet destroys all sins. Anyone who even once turns his mind toward you, the ever blissful soul of all existence, no longer dedicates himself to serving family life at home, which simply robs a man of his good qualities. And purport is, we can repeat. Okay. Sages free from false pride. Live on this earth by frequenting the sacred pilgrimage sites and those places where the Supreme Lord displayed His pastimes. Because such devotees keep your lotus feet within their hearts, the water that washes their feet destroys all sins. Anyone who even once turns his mind toward you, the ever blissful soul of all existence, no longer dedicates himself to serving family life at home, which simply robs a man of his good qualities. And purport is, the qualification of an aspiring sage is that he has learned about the absolute truth from standard authorities and developed a sober mood of renunciation. To develop his capacity for discriminating the important from the unimportant, such a person often wanders from one holy site to another, taking advantage of the association of great souls who frequent or reside in these places. If in the course of his travels the aspiring sage can begin to realize the Supreme Lord's lotus feet in the core of his heart, he will be released from the illusion of false ego and from the painful bondage of lust, envy, and greed. Although he may still go to places of pilgrimage to bathe away his sins, the now purified sage has the power to sanctify others with the water that washes his feet and with the realized instructions he imparts. Such a sage is described by the Mundaka Upanishad 229, Vidyate Ridyarakantish Chidyante Sarvasamshaya Chianti Chasya Karmani Tasmin Drishte Paravare. That's, you might have I recognize this verses in the, the second chapter, no? First canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, except for the last line. Vidyate Ridyad, Chante Chasya Karmani Drishtai Vatmanishvare. The translation is, the knot in the heart is pierced, all misgivings are cut to pieces, and the chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the Supreme Lord everywhere within all superior and inferior things. To sages who have reached this stage, the Mundaka Upanishad 3:11 thus pays homage. Nama Paramarshibhya, Nama Paramarshibhya. Obeisances to the topmost sages, obeisances to the topmost sages. Putting aside the affectionate company of wives, children, friends, and followers, saintly Vaishnavas travel to the holy dhams, where the Supreme Lord's worship can be most successfully prosecuted. Places such as Vrindavan, Mayapur, and Jagannath Puri, or anywhere else where sincere devotees of Lord Vishnu congregate. Even those Vaishnavas who have not taken sannyas and still live at home or in their guru's ashram, but who have once tasted just a drop of the sublime pleasure of devotional service, will also have little inclination to meditate on the pleasures of a materialistic family life, which robs a person of his discretion, determination, sobriety, tolerance, and peace of mind. Srila Sridhar Swami prays, Unchananga tadanga sangam anisham tvam eva sanchintayan santasanti yato yato gatamadas tan ashraman avasan nityam tan mukha pankajad vigalita stvat punya gatamritam shota samplava samplato narahare Syam aham dehi brit. My dear Lord, when will I give up all sense gratification and engage incessantly in meditating upon you? And when will I take up residence in the hermitages of saintly devotees free from false pride? Then I will become fully immersed in the inundation of nectar pouring from the devotees' lotus mouths as they chant sacred narrations about you. And then, O Lord Narahari, I will never again have to take a material body. All right, translation again. Sages free from false pride live on this earth by frequenting the sacred pilgrimage sites in those places where the Supreme Lord displayed his pastimes. Because such devotees keep your lotus feet within their hearts, the water that washes their feet destroys all sins. Anyone who even once turns his mind toward you, the ever blissful soul of all existence, no longer dedicates himself to serving family life at home, which simply robs a man of his good qualities. Well, there's a nice verse in there. Here is described here. King Yudhishthira spoke to Vidura, Bhavad Vida Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho, Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani, Santastena Gadabrata. It says, my dear Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart. You turn all places into places of pilgrimage. And was it Narottam Das Thakur prays that at Gangara Parasa Hoila Paschate Pavan Darsana Pavitra Hoile E Tu Barakun. Yes, Hare Krishna. The translation is that means that you can take bath in the Ganges, you get purified, but it may take some time. Paschate Pavan. It may take some time for that purification to act, but darshana pavitra hoile, e tomaragun. Just by seeing, we've had that fortunate opportunity, those who've seen His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, there's no mistake about it. Immediately you feel purification. There was no doubt in that regard. That is also described here. That Chaitanya Charitamrita here says the water that washes their feet destroys all sins. It's mentioned, what is it? Bhaktapada Duli, Ara Bhaktapada Jal, Bhakta Avashesha 18 Mahabhav. The devotees are have some very powerful things related with them. Bhaktapada Duli, the dust from their lotus feet. Arabhakta Padajal here is described the water that washes their feet, destroys all sins. That we also had the opportunity one time. They washed Srila Prabhupada's feet and then they were just throwing it out in the kirtan in Los Angeles one time. Only one time that had that opportunity. And Bhakta Avashesha, the remnants of the Vaishnavas, 18 Mahabhav, very powerful substances, very powerful for purification. It was purification. And that's why Yudhishthira Maharaj says that Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani. Even wherever they go, they turn that place into a holy place, by the dust of their lotus feet, by their association. And what is that? Because, is that Swantastena Gataprata? Must be, because they carry the Supreme Lord within their heart. These great souls can purify such places. Lord Chaitanya, we mentioned something in our last class about how, even Krishna in the 11th canto, he says that Mad Bhakta Puja Vyadika, that even Krishna says that worshiping the devotees is more important than worshiping me. And that is why is that? Because the devotees are very dear to him. What is that? Kintu Prabhur, ya priya eva tasya. They're very dear because they're engaged in very important service. That service of purifying. They go to these holy places not so much to get purified themselves, but that pastime is there when King Bhagirath was praying to Ganga. She was performing great austerities to bring Mother Ganga to the earth to purify his ancestors. So Mother Ganga was saying, first of all, who's going to sustain the force So he said, okay, we'll get Lord Shiva to do that. And then what about when so many people will come and all these sinful rascals will come and take bath in my waters? I'll become overburdened by all these sins. So that all these holy places, also same situation that they... Anyway, Bhagirath said that, no, that don't worry, the devotees will come also, they'll take bath. Because Mother Ganga is very intimately related with Lord Krishna, emanating from his lotus feet. And this way they will purify your waters again. So that way, there's also a nice statement. It was Nanda Maharaj spoke to Gargamuni, Mahadvichalanam Nirnam, Grihinam Dina Chetasam, Nishreyasaya, anybody? Nishreyasaya, I can't read my writing. Kalpate Kalpatam Bhagavan. He's speaking to Gargamuni, so Nishreyasaya Bhagavan. Kalpante Nanyata Kvachit. He says that the Mahadvichalanam Nirnam, the saintly persons, they have no other business. They simply go to just different householders. Shukadeva Goswami went to different householders' house only the time that took to milk the cow and not to get the milk. He came there to deliver those Mahadvicha. Grihinam Dina Chetasam, because he's being, what is that? Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu. And Kalpataru is also there, but Kripa Sindhu, there were oceans of mercy. Their only business is to deliver the fallen souls and to bring them up to Krishna consciousness, the standard of Krishna consciousness. Because there is a Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadgana. Without Krishna consciousness, simply robs a man of his good qualities. No one can have any good qualities without Krishna consciousness. Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna. That is the... Now here, of course, that is serving a family life at home. There's two different persons at home, because I was telling my wife it's something like this we could have a hard time in Alachua sometimes, that serving a family life at home robs a man of all good qualities. We have a big householder community, but there's two different persons living at home, the Grihasta and the Grihamedis. Different names are given there. Grihamedi is that someone who is simply engaged in what is that home life, simply trying to, and lots of times there are descriptions of those personalities that Prahlad Maharaj, I think a couple times Prahlad Maharaj just refers to them. Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova Mito Vipadyeta Grihavratanam. Grihavratanam means those who has taken this vow to remain very peaceful and comfortable in home life. Matirna Krishna, he never become Krishna conscious. He says, Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova Mito. He says, even by their own endeavor, by the help of others, or by congregation, they have a committee, they'll never become Krishna conscious. If you're Grihavratanam, taking that vow that I'll be comfortable and have family life. Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Punas Charvita Charvananam, simply chewing the chewed, that's their business. How to remain comfortable. It also says, there's another one, Yan Maitunadi Grihamedi Sukham Hichatucham. These Grihamedis, they're very, what is that? Sukham Hitucham, simply for some little pleasure in the household. One more was there. Shrotavyadini Raja. Oh, the second canto. Shrotavyadini Rajendra Nirnam Shanti Sahasrasa Apasyatam Atmatattvam. Apasyatam Atmatattvam means they have no idea, no business for understanding what is the soul, who we are. Apasyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedinam. So, of course, those are the Grihamedis, the Grihastas. They're engaged, they get opportunity. The Grihasta ashram, it's ashram, for cultivating and cultivating that spiritual knowledge. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is our, many are there. The Srila Prabhupada sometimes pointed out the 12 Mahajans. How many of them were Grihastas? Was it Brahma? How many? Prahlad Maharaj is there, Grihasta. Shiva, Lord Shiva is a Grihasta. Jamaraj, I think, was a Grihasta, no. Chanaka? Bhishma, no. Shukadev, no. Bali Maharaj? Bali Maharaj, Grihasta, yes. So, 7? You counted 7? Okay, 7 were Grihastas, 5 only Brahmacharis. Bhishma and Shukadev, and who was the other 3? Narada, Kumara. Yeah. So, like this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Grihe take vanitake, tako sadaharinama puladako. So that is and Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this one, Bhakti Alok that we did. He gives the example of Srivas Thakur. He remained in family life because he was very conducive for his spiritual life. Whereas he gives the example of Ramanujacharya, who gave up that family life because his wife had some, more or less offended the wife of one of his teachers, his gurus. So, of course, that's an important thing we can learn here, that because, as we said, Mahadvichalanam Nirnam, the only business of the Vaishnavas, the Mahats, the great personalities, is to deliver the fallen souls. So, therefore, it's also 18 Mahabal, these things are very powerful. They also have the potency to also destroy one's all good fortune. If one is offensive to the Vaishnavas, to the great souls, all his all good fortune is lost like that. So we've seen so many examples. Actually, Lord Chaitanya used his own mother as an example. You know that Mother Sachi was one time used as an example of Vaishnava aparad. This is pastimes. Mother Sachi is a Bhakti Janani, we call, mother of devotion. But still, one time, as Lord Chaitanya was giving Krishna Prem, all ecstatic love of God to all the devotees, Srivas, I think it was Srivas, he said, what about Mother Sachi? You have to give her ecstatic love. Lord Chaitanya said, I cannot give her ecstatic love. All the devotees, what? Oh, why you can say that? How you can say that? He said, oh, she's committed offense to Advaita Prabhu. He called him Dvaita because he convinced, he didn't convince her, of course, but she blamed him that Vishwarup took sannyas because of Advaita's preaching. So the devotees, they were like, they couldn't believe what they heard listening to, but they went to Advaita Acharya and they went there and they told Advaita Acharya that, first they They first went to Mother Sachi. No, they went to Advaita, and they told her that this Mother Sachi has committed offense. You have to bless her and forgive her offense. And Mother Advaita Acharya started glorifying Mother Sachi, and he became so filled with ecstatic love. Mother Sachi is the mother of, we say, Sachinandan. Sachi, she's the mother of my supreme worshipable deity. So he was glorifying Mother Sachi, and he fell unconscious, and Mother Sachi took the dust from his feet, and became filled with ecstatic love like this. So many see, even there's a nice example of Dhruva Maharaj, that his stepmother, Suruchi, and brother, they didn't know he was great Vaishnava, but still his stepmother offended him. And it's described very nice in the 4th canto. His stepmother had insulted, this is from the 4th canto, chapter 9, text 23. His stepmother had insulted Dhruva, who was not an ordinary person but a great Vaishnava. An offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava is the greatest offense in this world. Because of having insulted Dhruva Maharaj, Suruchi would become mad upon the death of her son and would enter a forest fire, and thus her life would be ended. This was specifically mentioned by the Lord to Dhruva because he was determined for revenge against her. From this, we should take the lesson that we should never try to insult a Vaishnava. Not only should we not insult a Vaishnava, but we should not insult anyone unnecessarily. When Suruchi insulted Dhruva Maharaj, he was just a child. She, of course, did not know that Dhruva was a great, very recognized Vaishnava, and so her offense was committed unknowingly. When one serves a Vaishnava unknowingly, one still gets a good result, and if one unknowingly insults a Vaishnava, one suffers a bad result. This is the first offense in chanting the holy names, no? Satam Ninda, that someone who has dedicated their life to preaching the glories of the holy name of the Lord and to insult him, Lord Krishna is not going to. It's, I think in another place in Chaitanya Bhagavat is described that the ordinary laws of action, the laws of karma, the action, reaction in this world, they go on by some natural arrangement of the Lord. But the offense to the Vaishnava, that is personally taken care of by the Lord, that he doesn't allow the offender to get relief except by getting excused from that person, that Vaishnava. Again, it says that if you step on a thorn, you can't take this thorn out from your shoulder. You have to take it out from where it came. So one has to, if one offends a Vaishnava, he has to get relief from that offense by going to that Vaishnava and serving him and getting relief from that offense. So, again, is talking about a little bit about family life and the happiness of family life. Jamunacharya, he gives a nice prayers that Yadavadi Madhma Chitta Krishna Padaravindayo Navanavarasa Damanyun Titam Rantumasi Tadavati Patta Nari Sangame Smaryamani Bhavati Mukha Vikar Nushustu Nich Divanam Cha. We heard Srila Prabhupada one time. We heard, I don't know if we were there. That means that the happiness of Krishna consciousness is so much superior. Param Drishvani Vartate, that Jamunacharya says that since I've been tasting the transcendental happiness of Krishna consciousness, when I think about this affairs of family life, is my face turn, my lips curl, and I spit at the thought. Also, Who is it? Jayadev Goswami. Tatala Saikate. Bari Vindu Saman. Sutamita Ramane Samaj. That we're spiritual beings, parts and parcels of Krishna. We have some desire for enjoying happiness, a great deal of happiness, actually, because that's the nature of the living entity. But this Sutamita Ramani Samaj is simply just like a drop of water in the desert. You can say this, oh, it is water. Water is there, but what type of, you're not going to get satisfaction simply from that Sutamita, what is that? Sutamita. Sutta is children, no? Mita. Sutamita Ramani Samaj. Ramani must mean the wife, like that. Mita, friends? Huh? Sutamita Ramani Samaj, the association of all these things. Like a drop of water in the desert. So we're not looking for that. We're looking for that, what is that? Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam, Amrita Buddhi Vardhanam, that expanding ocean of transcendental nectar from the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should all, Lord Srila Prabhupada instructed all the devotees, go out on the Sankirtan. This is our business. The Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya is the only prime benediction for humanity at large that we have to. Srila Prabhupada, I was meditating also, and talk a little bit about this in Alachua. Srila Prabhupada, till his last day, his last breath practically, he was on his bed here at Krishna Balaram Temple, and he translating Srimad Bhagavatam for our benefit, for the benefit, everyone's benefit, for many years to come. Giving that opportunity to hear from the lips, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, the transcendental nectar coming from the lips of the pure devotee. So whether we get to the lips, the nectar coming from their lips, or the water that has washed the feet, this can purify our dirty hearts of all these contaminations in this Kali Yuga. So we should always try to aspire for that benediction. All right. It's kind of early. Anyway. Any questions or comments? Say anything wrong? Objections? Objections or questions?
So I want to know about the false pride.
False pride.
It said sages free from false pride live on this earth by frequently.
Sages free from false pride live on this earth by frequenting the sacred pilgrims.
What does it mean to be free from false pride?
Yeah, the false pride is, we can have pride. We can be very proud that we have such a wonderful master. Srila Prabhupada has benedicted us that we can claim, have some nice pride that we have such a nice master. What is that? Sanata Jivita. We have some life because we have a wonderful master that has given us a life of Krishna consciousess. So false pride, it means practically anything besides that. What is that? Kunti Devi says, Shreya Pradip, no, that Janma Ishwarya Shuta Shribir Enamana Vada Puman. We have this, she gives four things like that. Janma Ishwarya, Janma, you get some good birth. Somebody, I don't know how many caste consciousness, but born in a rich family also sometimes. And Janma Aishwarya, riches is a very intoxicating thing. especially in Kali Yuga, if someone has some money. 12th canto describes some of the qualities of Kali Yuga, how this riches are mentioned a couple times, I think. You can't get justice unless you have money. And Janma Aishwarya Shuddha, we can, the good education, can be a very intoxicating thing. Janma Aishwarya Shuddha Shribir, and if someone is very attractive. These things are kind of the basis of false pride. So yeah, sages who are free from false pride live on this earth. This is a little bit interesting because I don't know this Narottam Das Thakur. He says that mentions something about Tirthayatra Brahman Kori Parashrama or something like that. You know how this goes, huh? Yeah, so sometimes it's just not so favorable. It's just too much trouble. Better to go out on Sankirtan. I mean, if we can go out on Sankirtan in the holy place. But then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he also says that Gora Amara se Sabastani. Huh? Yeah, so next line. There's Seva Savasthana, Haribam. So he wanted to go to these different places where Lord Chaitanya had his pastimes. So yeah, somehow or other, because Pranay Bhakta Sanghi, we get association with the devotees that way. Yeah, this is very nice. I think that's because what is the other descriptions there? Yatirtha Buddhi Salilena Karhichij. Somebody simply goes to the holy place. We're coming here to the holy place and simply to take bath, or we can take darshan is also nice, but this is practically like taking bath. If you don't want to hear from the sadhus, saintly persons that living there, then Saeva Gokara, there's no use, not much use. I mean, we have to pasyatam atma tattvam. We don't want to become like that we have no desire for atma tattvam. Atma tattvam is simply chanting. Chanting is very nice, but we should understand why we're chanting and what is the benefit, what is the, why we're chanting, what is the basis behind it all. So I don't know this false pride, yeah. We don't, don't be puffed up. I simply, just even to think, I don't know, lived in Vrindavan sometime. We don't want to also think, we never thought we were Brijbasis. We tried to become servant of the servant. Gopi Bhartu Padai Kamali, or we become servant of the servant. Many times we've moved. This is the position Lord Chaitanya recommended. Gave that identification. Nobody else, anything? Yes, Prabhu? Madhavananda Prabhu.
Thank you for a good presentation, Prabhu. You were talking, I believe, Dhruva and his stepmother, and it was talking about insulting.
Yes.
And I believe it was a purport, which would be Prabhupada. And I think he said, don't insult anyone, but to speak of a great soul.
Yeah, unnecessarily.
But then it said like that. I was wondering if it said, don't insult anybody unnecessarily, is it ever a case where it's necessary to insult someone?
Yes, that's there. Yeah, you can. Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about Prajalpa. He says that teacher has to use Krishna uses namam duskritina muda prapajante naradama. Naradama is very big. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the example of Vena Maharaj, such a rascal. If they deserve, he says, this is for the purpose there's a purpose behind it, not said unnecessarily. Here, I think it said unnecessarily, didn't it? Not only should we not insult the Vaishnava, but we should not insult anyone unnecessarily. That's the word used. So necessarily, there's a necessity sometimes to use this as example. Don't be like this rascal.
It just seems like a strong word, like you're like correcting and helping somebody, but by helping them,
We can look in folio how many times Srila Prabhupada used the word rascal. It was, this so many times. So this is for instruction to his disciples. He used to say we'd kick some people in the head with the boot, like that. Vrindavan Das Thakur also uses that word. Someone who doesn't accept Nityananda Prabhu will kick him in the head with their boot. This is a great benediction if we get kicked by a Vaishnava. What is that? Shivananda Sen got kicked by Vaishnava. He was very happy. By Nityananda Prabhu, he got kicked. He was so happy. Let everything go. Yeah. So necessary sometimes to criticize. Don't be like that rascal. Those who don't accept Krishna are the servant of Krishna. Those who don't accept Krishna's representative. Krishna is given some, it's that the Sanatana Goswami and his assembly of Brahmanas, when the Muslim king entered their assembly, they all stood up and honored him because he was a representative of the Supreme Lord. So someone who's representing the Supreme Lord should be treated as such. Not that we disregard and offend them. Someone has some position in this world. It's not by accident. Krishna has given, of course, yeah. Anything else? We could stop. Kantar Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.